Okay, let's dive in. Picture this, if you can. You're walking, maybe through some quiet countryside. It's peaceful, maybe a little misty.
Yeah, that kind of atmosphere.
And then you see it tucked away, maybe by some trees. This just incredibly charming, inviting stone cottage.
Warm looking.
Yeah.
Smoke from the chimney.
Exactly. Smoke curling up. You can almost smell the wood smoke, feel the warmth. It seems completely, totally real in that moment. You're just drawn to it.
Like it's offering you something. Shelter, maybe just a moment of rest. You might even think about going closer.
You might. But here's the twist, the really chilling part. You go back the next day. Maybe you want to see it again. Maybe take a picture.
Sure.
And it's gone. Just completely gone. No rubble, no foundation, not a single trace left. Like it was never, ever there.
Okay. So this isn't just some, quaint folktale. It sounds much more unsettling than your average ghost story.
Oh, way more. Welcome, everyone, to the really strange and frankly disturbing world of Phantom Cottages.
Phantom Cottages. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't just folklore anymore. It's become this sort of conspiracy theory, really, that hints that maybe parts of our reality can be, well, manipulated, rewritten, hidden right under our noses.
Wow.
So today we're taking a deep dive into this. It's an incredibly strange and, pretty unsettling mystery.
All right. So let's start with the basics. What is a phantom cottage exactly? You said they aren't ruins or abandoned buildings. That seems key.
That's the crucial thing, yeah. We're talking about fully formed houses, usually seen in rural spots, isolated areas. Witnesses see them, interact with them sometimes, and then they just vanish. No explanation.
And they look lived in, maintained.
Right. That's what's so odd. They often seem well-kept, active, like someone was just there, not falling down, vibrant almost, and then poof, gone.
And that lack of any physical evidence afterwards, that's what makes it different from, say, a haunted house investigation.
Totally. You can't investigate something that simply isn't there anymore.
And the descriptions. There's a consistency there, isn't
Yeah,
there?
there really is. Usually stone-built, people say, kind of like old English or Scottish cottages, often near the edge of a forest or in these foggy valleys out on moorlands, like they sort of emerge from the landscape itself.
And the timing. When do people usually see them?
Almost always dusk or dawn, those liminal times, as some sources call them, when things feel a bit transitional.
Between day and night, yeah.
And it's not just seeing them. Witnesses often talk about other sensory details, like this really unnatural quiet around the place.
Or no bird song, no insects.
Exactly. Like nature itself is just holding its breath right there. It's eerie.
It really is. And the people who see them,
Yeah.
mostly hikers, campers, people out in the sticks.
Predominantly, yeah.
Yeah.
But here's a really frustrating detail for anyone trying to, prove it. Some people swear they took photos.
Let me guess. The photos don't come out.
You got it. Either nothing on the camera roll or the files are corrupted. It's almost like the evidence just refuses to cooperate.
Like reality itself is saying, nope, not allowed.
Yeah, pretty much. So, okay, if they aren't haunted in the usual sense, what's the core difference?
I think the key thing is, there's no ghost, no lingering spirit tied to a tragedy. They're just not there anymore. There's no building to check records for, no history to uncover, because the physical thing has either vanished from our reality or maybe it was never fully in our reality to begin with.
That idea of a vanishing house, it actually has deep roots, doesn't it, if you look back into folklore?
Oh, absolutely. You can trace this sort of thing back to Celtic and Gaelic traditions, stories of shifting houses or fey cottages.
Right, that appeared to travelers who were lost or tired, offered them warmth, a place to rest.
Exactly. But it was illusory. They'd wake up the next morning in a cold field, or maybe even a bog, completely disoriented.
And didn't the Welsh have something similar, the Tylwyth Teg?
Precisely. The Welsh fair folk.
Oh.
They were said to live in hidden places and use illusions, glamour, they called it, to hide their homes or even create temporary ones that humans couldn't normally see. Makes you wonder if these modern sightings are just echoes of that.
It's a fascinating connection. And it's not just folklore. We have some actual historical accounts that are just odd, like the Glencoe disappearance, 1731.
Tell me about that one.
A hunting party in Scotland, caught in a sudden storm. They found this cozy little cottage, took shelter.
Okay.
They left the next morning, but later they tried to find it again, using the exact coordinates they'd noted down.
And it wasn't there.
Gone, vanished without a trace. That's unsettlingly specific for 1731.
It really is. And it seems to pop up later, too, like during World War II.
Yeah, reports from British soldiers on night patrol in the countryside, seeing lights in cottage windows in places they knew were just empty fields.
Empty fields. And some even said they heard things, music, voices.
Muffled conversations,
Did you?
music.
Yeah.
Straight out of a creepy story.
And then things got a bit more formalized, right? With 14 researchers in the mid-20th century.
Exactly. The 1950s, 60s, 70s, these researchers started documenting cases, bringing them out of pure anecdote. And suddenly, you have reports cropping up all over. Upstate New York, Cornwall in the UK, the Scottish Highlands again, even the Appalachians here in the US.
So it shifted from maybe just being folklore to something being actively investigated, documented. It became less of a traditional tale and more of a modern mystery. Or even a conspiracy.
Yeah, that growing body of reports, all inexplicable. That's what really pushed it into this other category.
Which leads us straight into the theories trying to explain it all.
Yeah.
And the range is just huge, isn't it? From science-based ideas to the completely supernatural.
It really shows how much we struggle to categorize things that just don't fit our normal understanding of reality.
Definitely. So one of the more, let's say, physics-adjacent ideas is temporal displacement.
Right, the idea that these cottages are sort of bleed-throughs from other timelines or dimensions.
Exactly. Like a brief window opens up into another version of Earth where that cottage does exist. Some quantum theorists even talk about thin dimensional fabric, places where realities might briefly touch or overlap.
Okay, that's one angle. Then you get the much more unsettling government theories.
Ah, yes. The MK-Ultra connection.
Right. Referencing those declassified CIA mind control documents, the theory goes maybe these are rural tests. Field tests of potent hallucinogens like BZ or LSD.
Delivered how? Like an aerosol or something?
Potentially.
Yeah.
The idea being the government is testing localized reality manipulation, creating these incredibly realistic full sensory hallucinations, or maybe even virtual constructs that only show up under certain, electromagnetic fields.
Which kind of links to the next one, doesn't it? Projection technology. Project Mirage.
Yeah, the DARPA angle. Advanced research into optical cloaking, large-scale holographic projection. Could these cottages be tests, mobile camouflage systems, like invisible buildings or hyper-realistic mirages?
It's a technological explanation, at least.
Then we swing right over to the metaphysical side. Fae, interdimensional beings.
Back to the folklore roots, in a way.
Sort of. The idea here is that these cottages are actually built or maintained by entities existing between realities, and maybe the homes only become tangible, anchored to our world during specific times.
Like cosmic alignments, equinoxes, eclipses, or maybe near ley lines, those supposed energy paths.
That's the theory. And then there's one that's, I find, particularly chilling: memory insertion.
Ooh, explain that.
This theory suggests the cottages don't physically exist at all, not even as projections or bleed-throughs. Instead, the memory of seeing one is implanted.
Implanted.
How?
Technology. Psychic interference?
Could be, either, according to the theory. A part of some bizarre experiment, or maybe even a form of spiritual deception.
Wow. So are phantom cottages real physical objects that vanish, or do they only exist in the mind? Like you said, either answer is pretty terrifying.
It really is, because both imply reality is much more fluid than we generally think.
They absolutely do. And what makes this whole thing so compelling, beyond the theories, are the actual witness accounts. They make it feel much more real.
Oh, absolutely. Take the hiker story. This was 2013 Yorkshire Dales in England. A woman gets lost hiking.
Okay.
She stumbles upon this lovely stone cottage. There's an elderly couple inside. They offer her shelter, give her tea. She remembers everything, the details, the smell of the place, their conversation.
Sounds nice, actually.
Well,
apart from being lost.
Right. But when she's rescued the next day, no cottage. Officials confirm no building like that exists anywhere in that area.
But wasn't there something about time loss?
Yes, her watch was missing 6 hours.
Right.
6 hours just gone. And she had recurring dreams about the cottage for a month after. That's profound.
That missing time element is really strange. Pops up in other weird encounters, too. Okay, what about the photographer?
The photographer's tale. Vermont, 2008. A guy finds this perfect rustic cottage, autumn scene, smoke coming from the chimney, flower pots, the works. Takes several photos.
Naturally. Perfect shot.
He goes back the next day, maybe to get more pictures or show someone. And there's just a bare hill. Nothing.
And the photos he took?
SD card corrupted. Wiped. Except for one blurry image that supposedly showed this weird, unnatural glow right where the cottage should have been.
A glow? Huh. It's like the evidence just
Yay.
self-destructs.
Exactly. It's almost defiant. And then there are official accounts, which are even stranger, like a police report from 1996, Lake District, UK.
Police involved, okay.
2 officers on patrol need directions. They see a cottage, lights on, they knock on the door.
And someone answers.
An old man answers. But the officers noted he spoke really archaic English, old-fashioned way of talking.
Weird detail. And the next day.
House gone, vanished. And apparently the location details in the official police log were later redacted, blacked out.
Redacted? Now that raises flags. Why redact the location of something that supposedly wasn't there?
Exactly. And this brings up this shared experience problem, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If it was just one person hallucinating, okay, maybe. But several cases involve multiple witnesses.
Right. Seeing the same impossible house. Describing the same layout, the same smells, the same sounds.
How do you explain that? Mass hallucination? Or is it, as you said, some kind of contact? It really challenges the idea of just personal delusion.
It really does. And if that wasn't strange enough, then we get into the claims of active cover-ups. Censorship, even.
Yeah, this is where it gets into proper conspiracy territory. Like the claims about old maps, Ordnance Survey maps in the UK, known for being incredibly detailed.
What about that?
Theorists claim older versions show properties, buildings that just vanish in later editions. And often these places have no ownership history, no tax records, like they're being a scrub.
Deliberately erased from the record. That's a strong claim.
And it supposedly extends to digital maps, too. People allege that places like Google Earth actively blur or just omit the coordinates where Phantom Cottages have been reported.
Really? Blurring coordinates?
There are even anecdotal examples online. People showing satellite images. A building is there one year, then the next image shows bare ground. But there's no demolition permit, no record of it being removed.
So it just disappears from the satellite view, too. That is weird. Why suppress that kind of information? What's the motive?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it happens online, too, apparently. People report that discussion threads about Phantom Cottages on places like Reddit or 4chan's X-Board, other fringe forums, they get really popular, lots of engagement.
And then they get shut down.
Yeah.
Locked or deleted.
Rapidly, yeah. Makes you wonder if it's all just nonsense. Why silence the conversation?
It does seem counterintuitive, unless there's something they don't want discussed.
And maybe the most disturbing part is what some call black bag testimony. Anonymous accounts.
From who?
There's one floating around, supposedly from someone claiming they worked for a European intelligence unit.
Okay. And what did they say?
They allegedly stated that these cottages are, quote, not of this realm, and that they pose a breach risk.
A breach risk? What does that even mean?
Unclear. But they also hinted that maybe entities are using them to test reactions, phasing things in and out of our reality to see how we respond, or maybe how reality itself responds.
Entities testing reactions. Okay, now we're deep down the rabbit hole.
We really are, but you have to ask, right, if these are just hallucinations, why would you need intelligence agencies involved? Why redact police reports? Why hide coordinates? Why allegedly silence online discussion?
It forces you to consider that maybe it's not just misperception or folklore, that maybe something genuinely unknown is happening.
It does. Which brings us to some final speculations, and maybe even some warnings.
All right, let's hear them.
One idea is this concept of dimensional tectonics.
Like plate tectonics, but 4 dimensions.
Kind of, yeah. The theory suggests dimensions might shift, like the Earth's crust. They rub against each other, creating friction points or overlap.
And the Phantom Cottages are?
Symptoms of these shifts. Brief moments where another reality touches ours, making a structure from there visible here, temporarily.
Interesting concept. Or maybe it's more deliberate, like communication attempts.
That's another angle. That maybe these cottages are a way for some kind of interdimensional intelligence to interact with us. Softly, perhaps. Providing these little safe houses between worlds. Testing the waters.
But there's a flip side to that coin, isn't there? A darker interpretation.
Definitely. The spiritual honey trap idea.
Sounds ominous.
Some theorists warn these places are dangerous traps. That going inside could, well, seriously mess with you, alter your timeline, scramble your memories, change your fate somehow.
And people who have supposedly stayed overnight, they report problems afterwards.
Lifelong issues, some claim. Hallucinations, recurring nightmares, this constant feeling of being watched, even years later.
Yikes. Okay, that's a serious warning.
And get this, there's supposedly a small online group. They call themselves returners.
Returners, what do they claim?
They claim they've found their way back to a Phantom Cottage. Multiple times.
How do they even find them again if they vanish?
They talk about using things like dream journaling, tracking GPS glitches or anomalies, even using tuning forks. Like they're trying to resonate with the cottage's frequency or something.
Wow. Okay, that's dedicated. Or maybe obsessed.
Could be either. But look, whatever these cottages actually are, dimensional slips, secret government tests, fey illusions, alien observation posts, spiritual traps, the reports suggest they aren't random.
There's a pattern. Consistency.
Yeah, and maybe they're not safe. What's undeniable is the sheer persistence of these stories. Across decades, across continents.
They're not just campfire tales anymore. People report experiencing them, seeing, feeling, sometimes even entering them.
And then they're just gone. It points to something consistent, something underlying all this, that just completely defies how we think the physical world works.
It really makes you question how stable, how predictable our reality actually is. The fact these stories persist, even without hard proof, suggests some kind of profound interaction is happening, something truly beyond our current grasp.
So maybe reality is less solid than we assume? Maybe parts of it are being manipulated, or maybe they just shift on their own. Or perhaps, maybe there are just some doors out there that really shouldn't be opened.
A sobering thought to end on.
Definitely something for you, the listener, to mull over. We hope this deep dive is giving you plenty to think about.